You're like, yeah, oh, he's over there. I on the phone over there. I thought, oh, there's Danny's down there. Where are you? Over there. That's a long ways over there.
It is.
Oh, I don't know if I want to sit with him. Oh. No. Who was with him?
I don't know.
Well, his wife was not that tall, so.
So it's all okay, and say something goes wrong, you can switch.
Well, I have to get my camp set up so I don't freeze. Do you really have that many kids leaving the program that are graduating?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, every once in a while it goes that way.
That's right. That's
My
right.
grandson, who's now in college, went out when he was in ninth grade.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was a big chunk leaving.
Sure, sure.
And the next was going to be a big chunk.
Coming in.
So he got in early.
There you go.
We're just testing. Be quiet.
No, I'm doing Saturday, so yeah, you're varsity, right? Are you both? Oh, did they change that this year?
Wait, does Gavin still play?
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna go find it because it's got to be here.
Okay.
No, that's his.
Okay, so this laptop's not using. I'm not mad at you. I don't.
Test.
I would say just take photos of this setup. Just take a photo.
I'll do it for you. I can't, yeah.
Because what you said way too much. You said way too much. Too complicated.
Here's the thing. We've done a ton of it down there. We've done music in the clock and stuff. And everyone else and stuff. I think we'll be able to help.
It's not important. We're using walkies.
Test. Van Fuger, behave. Van Fuger, behave.
No, I think Sal's is doing it.
So are you.
Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3.
This is where it goes to, right? This is the input. So if we have anything that can play it out, if someone's got like a full iPad, that's anything that can really set that down. And you can do that. Back up.
test. Keep going. Crank that radiator. A little louder, boys. Come on.
You've got no soul to sell. And you're not gonna cry. You're so very special. So join us on the Pandora station, crammed with everything good about the 1990s. It's called Plush. Tap now and we'll take you there.
Northwest High School hockey game between the Quad City Blues and your Dubuque Saints.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to tonight's Midwest High School Hockey League game between the Dubuque Saints and the Quad City Blues. We're underway here in Dubuque. Saints win the faceoff. Elliot Krause will push it down low. He's got Landon Lund there with him. The Blues counter. They'll bring it out the other side. Sent back in. Shot. Tipped wide by Freihoffer. Collected in the corner and played ahead to Lund. Lund to give it ahead to Troush. Troush has his pocket picked along the boards. Fired back to the far point. Meehan dumps it down low. That's Troush on the far boards. Kicks it down to the corner. Battle to fair. Fed back to Troush. He'll fire it on net. Tipped out in front. Collected by Quad Cities, and they'll wheel it out the near side. Out to center ice it comes. Dumped into the zone by the Quad Cities. Back to get it is Meehan. Sends it around to the corner. Now it's Ethan Sauser making his season debut. Digs for it along the near boards. Sent out to center ice. Just out of the reach of Eubanks. Now back behind the net. Eubanks in the corner. Plays it ahead. Hard up the boards. Sauser will run it down. Knocked off the end boards. Now fired around to the near side. Kick back to Waddick. Waddick knocks it back down to the corner. Quad Cities have played around to the far boards. Knocked off there by Waddick. Battle along. Eubanks and Troush will dump it back in. Quad Cities in the corner. They'll play it back up. Tops of the circles. They'll collect it. Drive out to center ice. Into the attacking zone they come. Trips over a nasty spot on the ice there. Reverse back behind the play. That's Anders Hill. He'll work it up through the middle now. Brings it over in front of the boards. And he'll dump it in. Waddick will chase it down on the end line. Knocks it off the stick there. Michael pulls now in to get it. Jack Fugger dumps it down to the end boards. Quad Cities will collect it there. They'll work it out the near side. Sent back. Owen Troush, top of the circles. Works it all the way down to the corner. Now fired back. On net, tipped in front. Goal! Goal for number 17, Jack Fugger. And the Saints strike first. And I've got the remote in my pocket and it completely changed the camera. So we'll get Randall up for the faceoff. He dumps it into the zone. Played back up the boards in front of the benches. Now it's back to Molenkamp. Sends it ahead to Randall. Into the blue zone. Kicks off the referee. The Saints control at center ice. Work into the attacking zone again as Randall. Down to the faceoff dots. Works all the way down to the goal line. Fakes the pass. Takes it along the end line. Drops it off there for Fugger. Fugger picks it up, wheels back up the boards. He's got a man out in front. Shot is deflected, and the Blues will have control. Forcing it back out to neutral ice. Taken away there by Michael Pulls. Molenkamp gives it back to Pulls. Pulls on the far side in front of the scorer's bench. Cuts into the zone. Leaves around two. Excitement from his varsity teammates over there. There's a shot by Cooper Smith. Gets a late joining. Maddox Mitchell out in front. Loose underneath, and it squirts into the goaltender for a whistle. See if we can upgrade our microphone system here. Hopefully that's working. We'll get Ethan Tees out for the face-off. Puck's down, back to Elsie at the point. She'll dump it along the near boards. Collected there by Cooper Smith. Cycles it down, I think that's Tees. Smith will bring it back out to center ice, plays it over to Meehan. Meehan dumps it in, all the way to the end boards. Tees in to chase it, worked over to the far side. Max Mitchell has it there. Spins back behind the net. Still trapped underneath Max Mitchell. Tries a wrap around, out in front. Loose puck, saved by the goaltender. Cooper Smith now. Back to the point. Meehan's got it there. Fires it down low. Kicks to the corner. Tees picks it up. Pease battles forward on the end boards. Pulled out by Smith. They'll work it back over to the Zamdor. Spins back out to the point. Has it taken away there. Blues will chip it out into the Saints defensive zone. All the way back goes Meehan. He circles back behind his own net. Brings it out the far side. Sends it ahead to Smith. Smith through the center with some speed and dumps it in. Elliot Troush will race it down on the end boards. Knocked loose there temporarily. Now fired back in. Battled for by number 27, Braden Palmer. Palmer works behind the end boards. Now knocked down out to Troush. Troush shoots just wide of the net. Lund gets in there, pokes it loose. He'll drive it down to the corner on the end boards. Knocked out to the slot. Back up to the point. Owen Troush. Shot deflected. Glove down by the Blues defender. And they'll work it into the attacking zone. Blues now all the way down along the near boards. Kicked back out to center ice. No icing. The Blues played it back. Lund back to press the issue. Tries to knock it off the puck. Can't quite do it. Owen Troush with a big hit in the corner. Anders Hill. Shot deflected high up off the end boards. Now Palmer knocked off the puck on the ends on the far side. They'll get it around Owen Troush. Elliot Troush back to help him out. Reverses his field. He'll go back up through center ice. Walks around one. He's got Lund coming in late. Chip back up to Owen. Walks it to the high slot. Drops off there for Anders Hill. His shot on net deflected. Off the post. Elliot Troush on his back in the slot. Lund wheels. Sends it back up to the middle. Comes all the way out to center ice. Blues will make a change. Anders Hill back to regroup. Hill works it back up. Spins back towards his own goal. Now cuts out to the far boards. Fakes the pass. Sent ahead. Blues knock it down at center ice. Sent into the zone. That's Ethan Salzer back to get it. Takes it back behind his own net. They're bringing up the near side. Puck forced out to center ice. Wheeled back in by the Quad Cities. They'll take it across the blue line. Now forced down low. Anders Hill reverses back to the corner. Salzer puts a man into the boards. Troush on the far side as it's forced back up to the Quad Cities point. Wannick back to get it behind the net. Forced over to the corner. Quad Cities setting up a little play here in the corners. Tries to send it out to the slot. Can't quite hold it. Salzer will race down. Force the Blues to make a play up the near side. Carter Molenkamp now. Knocked off the puck. Tyler Randall will dump it in. Blues have it, and they'll play it out to center ice. No contact, so we'll get an icing call. So again, the reminder, the clock in the upper left-hand corner is not correct. It is not 7:45, it is 7:40. But that clock is counting up. My clock is counting down. Face-off. Won by Quad Cities. Now it's Randall. Sends it through the crease. Huger plays it back to Molenkamp. Molenkamp from the point. Cross ice. McDermott can't quite get all of it. Now it's Randall battling for it in the corner. Knocks it up the poles. Quad Cities tries to clear it out. It's held in there by McDermott. Michael Poles tucks it in at the blue line. Now it's Fuger back to get it at center ice. Ice pass to Molenkamp. Molenkamp will fire it into the zone. All the way back behind the goal line. Randall back there to get it. Now Fugler stops in to help him out. Pinned on the end wall. Fugler tries to center it to Poles. Gets it over to Randall. Shot just wide. Karam's off to the far boards, and Quad City will have it there. 74-pound hit there by Michael Poles. Played back out to center ice. Quad City backhands it back into the zone. Fugler presses as Quad City goes D to D over towards their own bench. Now ECTs picks it up. They'll work it down the boards. Maddox Mitchell with 2 big strides, and he's covered the length of the ice. All the way back. Saints won't be able to catch it for an icing. .6:23 left to play in the first period. Score is 1-0. That's not what the scoreboard says. Score is 1-0. Got ECT's out for there for the faceoff. Gets it back. That's Carter Meehan. Sends it around the end boards to Cooper Smith. Cooper picks it up on the far boards. Back to Meehan. Meehan knocked off the puck at the blue line. Still battle for just inside the blue line. Now it's collected, played back to Elsey. Elsey's got it at the red line. Takes one. Sends a pass over to Smith. Smith knocked off the puck there. Quad Cities will fire it back out. Carter Meehan collects. Plays it over to his own bench. Maddox Mitchell sends it ahead to ECTs. We got an offsides call. .5:44 left in the first period. 1-0 in favor of the Saints. Shots on goal. 6-0. Brent Freihofer is knitting a nice quilt down there in this free time. Palmer in for the faceoff. Blues control. Taken away by the Saints. Lundau in the slot. Loose puck all the way in. Shot wide. Controlled there in the corner by Palmer. Sent around the back of the net. Troush on the far side now. Knocked off his stick, back to his brother at the point. Owen shot. Deflected in front. Palmer's got it on the goal line. Reverses back behind the net. Quad City picks it up there. Palmer battles for it. Quad City's now off the board, so they'll try and break it out, and they do. Front of their own bench. They'll work it down. Munsterman now. High slot shot, saved by Freihofer. Puts down his broken needles and makes his first save of the game. We'll get Palmer, Troush, and Lund out there with Hill and Troush on D. Puck's down, back to Owen Troush at the D. Comes off his stick, loose in front, popped straight up in the air. Brant Freihofer. Mechanical one. Puck's down. Troush had a bit of a breakaway going there. Now it's Lund. He's got Troush out in front of him. Plays it up ahead. Knocked off the puck in front of the goal, but Lund forces it in. Now it's all the way back to the defensive end. Owen Troush back to get it. Cycles behind his own net. He'll work it off the far side. Loses the Quad City defender that decided to come back there. Owen Troush comes by. Says, I like Ron Schoenberg. Up the near side. Troush, head of speed. Backhand shot, 2 feet wide of the net. Now it's Quad City's on the far side. Poke loose. That's Palmer. Can't quite get the shot off. Quad City's regroups. They'll force it up into the attacking zone. It's dumped in. McDermott will pull it off from behind the net. Taken away in the far corner. Quad City's has it there. Taken back by McDermott. Nope. No, Saints have it. Played out to center ice. Sauser, a little bit of a breakaway. Loose in the slot. Oh, he takes a check from behind. Cross-checking is what. I'm not sure who the referee is here. Ethan Sauser draws the first penalty of the game. Referee doesn't have his name on this jersey. So we'll get Fugger, Hill, Randall, Poles, and Cooper Smith. Fugger in for the faceoff. Wins it over to Cooper Smith. Michael Poles now behind the goal. Sends it out the far side to Randall. Back to Poles. Wheels it into the slot. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. Better onto the far side. Randall holds it in there. Dumps it down low. Cooper Smith pulls it off the boards. Hill wheeled to the slot. Shot. Tipped away. Bud City's got it in the corner. They'll try and play it up. Jumps over the stick of Randall all the way back. Anders Hill will collect it in his own zone. Plays ahead to Michael Poles. Tip pass there for Fugger, who wasn't quite ready for it. Now the Blues will send it into the far zone. Randall back to get it. Sends it back behind the net. Anders Hill forces it up center ice. Turns it over there. The Blues have it. Played it out. Glove down there by big Michael Poles. Fugger now works it on the near boards. Cuts towards center ice. Toe drag. Can't get the shot. Played up. Anders Hill got it at the red line. Cycles all the way back. We get a 4-man change. Anders will hold down the fort. Plays it ahead to Palmer. Palmer into the attacking zone. Teased right down the middle. His shot's blocked. Bud Cities gets just enough of it to get it out of the zone. Big shot from the blue line. Blocked away there by Molenkamp. Now it's Trauss. Elliot Trauss back behind the net. He leaves it there for Chase Molenkamp. Carter Molenkamp. One of the Molenkamps. Taken away. 2-on-1. Molenkamp back. They get around him. Just out of the reach of the Bud Cities player. One tries to chip it out of the zone. He does. He's got Elliot Trauss down. Ooh, shoots it 15 feet over the net. So with 1:54 left in the first period, Saints are ahead 1-0 while killing 7 seconds on the Blues penalty here. We'll get Eubanks, Sauser, Waddick, Kochoff, and Meehan. Waddick in for the faceoff. Pokes it loose in the corner, tries to send it out. Eubanks has got it there, back around behind the net. Waddick comes to battle for it. Now it's back behind the goal line. Kicked out in front. Backhanded shot. Knocked away. Eubanks down and dirty in the corner. Battles forward on the end board. Squirts around the back of the net. Waddick there. Plays it back. Meehan at the top of the circles. Fires it just wide of the net. Now it's Eubanks. Takes a big hit in the corner. Plays over to Waddick. Sends it out to the middle of the Sauser. He battles for it in the slot. Bud City controls. They'll circle back. Back to Meehan. Again to Meehan. Sends it over to Elsie. Elsie along the near boards. Tries to play it up. Just out of the reach of Eubanks, but enough to avoid the icing. Eubanks now sends it out in front. Sauser, big shot. Bud City's going to get another penalty. Being named to Brody Eubanks. Brody Eubanks. So 47 seconds left in the first period. The Saints back on the power play. Power play consists of Tyler Randall, Michael Poles, Cooper Smith, Jack Fugger, and Anders Hill. Elbowing was the call. Randall in for the faceoff. Bud City wins and clears the zone. Sends Cooper Smith all the way back to his own defensive zone to regroup. He'll play it over to Hill. Hill ahead to Tyler Randall. Works it up the near side to Michael Poles. Sends it through the middle. Cooper Smith collects in front of the Quad City bench. Works it down the near side. Drops it off there for Fugger. Sends it over just out of the reach of Randall, who will play it back behind the net. Michael Poles scoops it up there. Sends it out in front. Goal! Beautiful goal. Michael Cole sets up Jack Huger. And on the power play, it's 2-0 Saints. 19 seconds left in the first period. Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque. Owen Troush turns it over there. Keeps life interesting for Freihopper. Anders Hill has it squirts off his stick, but collects it again, so it goes back behind the net. Plays it off to Owen. Owen now back to Anders, and that'll do it for the first period. So after one, score is 2-0 in favor of the Saints. Shots on goal, 9-1, also in favor of the Saints.
The end of the first period. North Deep Saints 2, Quad City Blues 0. Shots on goal for the Blues 9, the Quad City 1.
Saints JV this season so far is undefeated with 2 wins in Bochi, and picked up the win last Wednesday night in Cedar Rapids. The Blues, on the other hand, are still winless. Had a rough series with Fremont, I know, to start the season, and
Quad City penalty was number 78.
we're looking for their other game.
With 47 seconds left in the first period. And your Saints goal scored by number 16.
Oh, they dropped one to Waterloo, one to Mason City in a shootout. So they do have a point, but they're 0-3-1. Freihopper heads back to his net. We'll get Elliot Troush, Lund, McDermott, Palmer, and Molenkamp out to start the second period. Still I have no idea who this giant of a man ref is. Back underway, the Saints control the draw. Jesus. Quad Cities dumps it into the zone. We'll go behind the net, D to D. McDermott has it come off his stick, and they'll get a tripping penalty. So the Blues try out their power play for the first time this game on the McDermott trip. Michael Poles and Tyler Randall will jump over the boards for on the penalty kill. Allison Supachoff will join Carter Molenkamp already on the ice. Carter Molenkamp using the Sherwood 50-30. Oh, he's a big fan of the retro look. Puck's down. Blues control. They'll play it to the top of the circle. Shot. Saved by Freihopper. Hold on for a whistle.
Cole McDermott, 2 minutes for tripping, 14:45. And second period, your Saints are now on the nothing but Dukes penalty kill.
Puck down again. Controlled by Quad Cities on the near boards. They'll work it back up to the point. Yonder has it there. Sent over to Bradley. On the far side, shot blocked in front by the defense. They'll chip it ahead. 2-on-0 the other way. We got Molenkamp and... Oh, Molenkamp with a goal! So Carter Mullenkamp jumps in on the rush on a 2-on-0 breakaway, picks up a goal on another nice assist. I didn't even catch who that was, but it was a beautiful pass. Saints still shorthanded for a minute 30. Troush and Landon Lund out there.
Saint scored.
Oh, and Troush dumps it into the zone.
Assisted
Quad City back to get it.
Michael Bowles at 14-15.
Played around to the far side. Oh, Troush now comes stick his nose into the play. Spins off as Quad City tries to think about getting out of their own defensive zone. Stolen by Lund there. Runs into the ref. Worked around behind the net by Quad Cities. Again, struggling a little bit to get it out of their own zone. Landon Lund takes it away. Now it's Elliot Troush. Fires at the length of the ice. It's knocked down by Quad Cities. Lund will play it back to Owen. Owen sends it through center ice all the way down. His brother Elliot's going to be the first man on the job. Sends it through the crease. Now it's Lund who wraps around back behind the net. Again, Elliott's going to be the man on the spot there. Anders Hill jumps it down to the corner. Quad Cities with 30 seconds left in the power play. Sent through the middle. Quad Cities now gets a tip at center ice to avoid the icing. Owen Troush back up, length of the ice. 14 seconds left on this power play. Quad Cities just bangs it around the board. Waddick down there tries for the poke check. Brady Eubanks out on the penalty kill as well. Sauce in the middle. Quad Cities tries to walk around Elsie. Good luck with that. Quad Cities on the far side in the corner. Tries to walk away. Poked away by Anders Hill. Waddick will try and force it up. Now bouncing puck out to the point. Corralled by Quad Cities. Tops of the circles. We'll spin it down the far boards. Back out to the point. Cleared out by Dubuque. Waddick will run it down. Back out to center ice. 2-on-2 the other way. Elsie gets a poke check in. Stick lifted. And Anders Hill sends it back out to center ice. Ethan Sauser, first man on the screen. Gets him with the diving attack. Eubanks now, back checks. Shot high and wide over the head of Freihofer. Elsie tries to play it ahead. We'll get a nice call there. Michael Poles, Carter Mullenkamp, Jack Huger. Cole McDermott, hop out. He'll join Tyler Randall already on the ice. Randall into the face-off dot. He wins it out to center ice. Michael Poles picks it up there. He'll go through the middle. Poke loose. Quad Cities the other way. Randall with a nice back check. Drives him wide. Now it's Fuger. Plays ahead to Poles. Can't quite get through. Taken back by Dubuque out center ice. Randall works around one. The face-off dot drives towards the net. Centering pass, shot, blocked in front. Lucillo. Now kicked all the way back. Held in by Meehan. Nope, McDermott. 1 and 5 and 2 of 5 look very similar. Aside from the 18-inch height difference. Randall now forces it on the far side. Dumped into the zone or back around the Dubuque net. Picked up there by McDermott. Fired back out to the Quad City blue line. Loose puck in front. Poke loose. Now it's Randall. Works it up the near side. Got Mullenkamp with him. Thirsty for more. Mullenkamp retreats to his blue line position. Poked away by Fuger. Dumps it down low. Battle for just inside the blue line. Ethan Tees there. Plays it out to Cooper Smith. Knocked off his stick. Quad Cities feathers it out to center ice. Anders Hill picks it up there. Plays it off to Owen Troush. Back to Hill. Hill ahead to Maddox Mitchell. Steps directly over one player. Knocked loose, Max Mitchell in the slot. Shot just wide. That along the near boards. Ethan Tees is down there. Cooper Smith sends it through the middle. Can't quite connect with Mitchell. Now it's Owen Troush loose in front. Knocked to the corner by Quad Cities. Anders Hill bumps it back down to the corner. Played back out to the blue line. It jumps over everyone. Owen Troush back to pick it up at his own blue line. Hard off the boards ahead to Cooper Smith. Smith will work it across the blue. Along the near boards, he'll wheel back. Sends it over to Troush. Troush shot. Saved by the goaltender, loose in front. Ethan Tees with a nice goal. Just like that. I believe it's 4 now. It is 4 now. So 4-0 Saints lead with 9:20 left in the second. Joe wants to know why they didn't get a whistle on the goalie cover. I don't think the goalie was ever close to covering it. But I'm the Dubuque announcer. What do I know? So 4-0 now in favor of the Saints. 9:20 left in the second period. Shots on goal also favoring the Saints. 14-2. A little more conversation than expected going on here with the refs. Still goal. Palmer in for the faceoff. He's got Troush and Landon Lund with him. Up one back to Elsie. Elsie collects it there. Plays it over to Meehan.
Saints goal scored by number 36.
Loose sent up through the middle.
Assist from number 49.
That's Lund. Battle scores back beyond the goal line. Elsie plays it ahead. Chipped ahead there. That's Palmer. Palmer's shot. Saved by the goaltender. He'll hold on for a whistle. .8:49 left in the second period. Puck played around to the near boards. That's Landon Lund. Plays it back behind the net. Sent to the far side. Lund and Troush will go over to get it. Troush collects it off the boards. Lund now dumps it back down to the corner. Palmer will try and pick it up behind the net. Squirts by everyone to the near corner. Lund works for it there. Played back. Quad Cities now 3-on-2 the other way. Meehan and Sukichov back. They'll spin it up to the near boards. Knocked back down below the goal line. Battle on the end boards. Loose out in front. Knocked back by Grant Freihofer. Nice play there. No save, but good play. Loose in front. Quad Cities now in the corner. They'll play it out to the slot shot. Saved by Freihofer. Loose. Kick back behind the net. Net's off. Net's off conveniently because one of the Dubuque defenders was without a stick. 7:47 left in the second period. Everything's sorted away now. Waddock will step in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Waddock knocks it to the corner. Molenkamp plays it ahead. Waddock tries to knock it further up the boards. Now he does. Ethan Sauser chips off the boards and he'll race to get it. Quad Cities plays it back at the center ice. Waddock knocks him off the puck. Sent back again. That's Sauser. He's got Eubanks in the middle. Chips around one. Into the corner he goes. Centering pass. No centering pass. Should have been a centering pass. Eubanks battles behind the net to it. Now wrapped around to Molenkamp. Molenkamp a little time at the blue line. Dumps it down. Sauser gets it over to McDermott. Knocked along the near boards. Eubanks rides him in there. Knocked out the puck. Quad Cities will kick it back. Carter Molenkamp, booming slap shot into the shin guards of Quad Cities. And they'll go the other way. McDermott back to get it. Cycles all the way back behind his own net. Hits the brakes there. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's not looking at the wide guys who are wide open. Doesn't want to go that way. There we go. No, we don't. Now he plays it out to Molenkamp. Molenkamp loses in his skate. Sauser sends it back up to center ice. High stick on Asta. So Dubuque back in the power play, up 4-0. Randall in for the faceoff. Dubuque controls. Michael Poles gets it back. Sends it over to Anders Hill at the blue line. Dumps it off to Randall, top of the circles. Shot in the goal. Randall gets the 5th goal. 9 seconds into the Saints power play. Just goal efficiency there. And just like that, it's 5-0 with 6 minutes left in the second period. He controls the face-off. Smith will play it back to Troush. Troush over the Hill. No controls there. Plays it back over to Troush. Troush will work it up the near side. Knocked off his stick there. Ethan T is back to pick it up. Back over to Anders Hill. Does a little dance. Finds some room. Carries it out to center ice. Into the center neutral zone. Takes it all the way down. Toe drags around another. Backhander out in front. Loose puck. There we go. Shove the guy that's 3 feet taller than me. Let me know how that works out. Matic Mitchell tries to avoid stepping on someone as he skates back towards the bench. Shot 17-3 in favor of the Saints. 1 goal away from running clock. Ethan T is in for the faceoff. Owen Troush, shot wide of the net, kicks out to the far side. Cooper Smith Bodies the man there. Saints control the puck. Shot towards the net, deflected in front. Comes to the near corner. T sends it back behind the net. Mitchell puts a body into the man. Cooper Smith out in front. Loose puck. Cooper Smith fires it into a pad. Now he'll work it to the near corner. Up the boards, tries to get it back. It's tipped there. Anders Hill rushes back to get it, collects in his own zone. 5 minutes left in the second period. Hill walks around the back of the net, comes up through the middle, full head of speed. Walks around 2 Quad City players, runs into a little traffic jam there, dumps it down the corner. Will Teaser pick it up? He's alone in the corner, plays it out in front. Shot blocked by Quad Cities. Runs down, all alone in front, shot, loose puck. Josh couldn't quite bury it, sent back through the slot. Oh, Josh is going to get a head contact here. Just interference is all we're calling. So Saints back in the penalty kill. 4 minutes and 34 seconds left in the period. Puck's down. Meehan tries to clear it out. Randall helps it back to the blue line. Quad City there. We'll get it over to the far circle. Michael Poles tries to poke it loose. Randall knocks it to the corner. Elsie into the corner hard. Michael Poles there to pick it up. Skates over the top of the puck. Quad City's high slot shot. Wide of the net. Kicked out. Michael Poles sends it through center ice, but it's sent back in. Randall's got it there. Plays it ahead to Poles. Poles reveals it. Sends it out into the middle. Randall all alone in the slot. Can't quite tuck it in. Quad City takes it on the far side. They'll try and break it out. Randall back all the way back. He's the first one back across the blue line. Elsie's got it now on the goal line. Spins to get away from one. Driven into the boards from behind. Now Elsie's got it there. Again, works around the boards. Chips it off the glass. Kick the head to Poles. Poles with the head of steam. Back through center ice. Now he's all alone in the slot. Backhanded shot. 3 feet wide of the net. Played up. Anders Hill just outside the blue line. Now he'll take it back in. Walks around one. Down to the corner he goes. Spins into the corner. Gets away. Drops down to a knee. Plays it out to the other corner. 30 seconds left in the power play. Quad City's cross ice pass in their own zone. Taken away by Dubuque temporarily. Anders Hill battles for it on the boards. Now it's set high and wide. Landon Lund will run it down. Quad City back out to center ice. They'll control it there. 10 seconds now on the power play. Walked in, taken away there. That's Lund. He'll backhand it back out to neutral zone. Collected by Anders Hill. Deep in his own defensive zone. Long cross ice pass. Out of the reach of Elliot Strauss for the next one. So with 2:29 left in the second period, Saints are ahead, 5-0. Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque. Carter Molenkamp forces it back around the goal line. Wannick will ring it around the boards. Sauser knocks it out to center ice. Continues to battle for it. Now it's played back. Eubanks gets it out to the red line. Chases it down in front of his own bench. Forces it into the defensive zone. Quad City's now back behind their own net. They'll try and play it ahead. Molenkamp knocks it off his stick. Played cross ice over to McDermott. Sends it through up to Waddick, who dumps it into the zone. Stolen by Waddick in the corner. Tries to get it out the slot. It's the goaltender and forced into the corner. Sauser presses the issue behind the net. It's played back around. Quad Cities has it there. They try and force it up the near boards. Taken away there. Sent back down by Ethan Tees. Quad Cities back behind the net with a minute 23 left in the play. Tees plays it back. That's Meehan. No, that's McDermott. Hill back over to McDermott. Sent ahead. Touched by Quad Cities to avoid the icing. Now Tees has it. Plays it down in the corner. Cooper Smith behind the net all alone. Back out to Meehan. Holds it at the blue line. Dumps it down to the corner. Tees back to get it. Back behind the net. Maddox Mitchell. Tees now in the corner. Steps away from one. Played back out to Hill at the blue line. Walks around one. Top of the circles. Shot out in front. Can't connect with Cooper Smith. Quad Cities has it on the near boards. Plays it directly to Anders Hill. Apparently had a map to the right place at the right time. Sent out to the far side. Maddox Mitchell with 2 quick steps and he's back to get it. Back behind the net. Hits the brakes there. Plays it out the far side to Hill. Circles back behind the net. 17 seconds left. I think the Saints will be content to just run these 17 seconds out. Anders Hill up the far side. Cooper Smith into the zone. Kicks it ahead to Michael Poles. Michael Poles shot. Saved by the goaltender. Cooper Smith knocks the man off the puck. That'll do it for our second period. So the score after 2. Saints 5, Quad City 0. Shots on goal, 21-3 in favor of the Saints. Take a break, clear the ice. See you back in 15 to 20 minutes.
Shots on goal for Quad City 3.
Just about underway here in the third period. 1 goal away from running clock. Saints lead 5-0. Shots on goal 21-3. Puck's down and we're underway. Cedar Rapids control, our Quad City controls. Takes it into the zone. Battle for in the near boards. It's collected there by Anders Hill. He'll fire it up. Lund sends it out to the middle. Bouncing puck collected by Elliot Troush. Plays ahead to Palmer. Palmer works it wide, dumps it into the zone. Troush is going to be the first one to get it behind the net. Hits the brakes. Tries to wrap in. Terrible whistle. Puck wasn't anywhere near close. But that's all right. Palmer in for the faceoff. He's got Lund and Troush with him. Owen Troush and Anders Hill back on defense. Faceoff won by Dubuque, sent to the near boards. Quad Cities will spin it out to center ice. Picked up there by Elliott. Chips it into the zone. Quad Cities tries to fire it back. Find a 6-foot man standing in their way. Wrapped around to the near side. Lund will battle for it there. Quad Cities now sends it out to center ice directly to Elliot Troush. He'll send it towards the net, just wide. Quad Cities picks it up, cycles back behind their own net, poked away there. Battle for on the far boards, fed down. Shot on net, saved by the goaltender. Troush now puts a man into the end wall. Owen Troush on net. Just out of reach of his brother for a rebound. Elliott bumped off the puck temporarily. Owen collects it back in front of the bench. Dumps it in. Palmer battles for it there. Quad Cities forces it back out to center ice. Dumps it in. Back behind the net it goes. Freihopper stops it there. That's Meehan. Dumps it back to Elsie. Elsie goes back behind the net. She'll play it up the near side to Sauser. Sauser sends it up the middle. It's stolen by Quad Cities. Knocked back in. Now Waddick. Sauser again forces it up the near boards. We get an icing call. 13:04 left in the third period. Waddick in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Waddick gets it back to Elsie. Elsie back behind the net. Plays it hard off the boards on the far side. Squirts out to center ice. That'll be on net. No icing here. Quad City goaltender plays it to Ethan Sauser in the corner. That was nice. Thanks. Quad City's back behind the net. Up off the near boards. Back to Elsie. Elsie over to Carter. Back over to Elsie. The Twin Towers pass it back and forth. Chipped ahead. That's Eubanks. Fired back out to center ice by Quad Cities. No ice. Meehan back to get it. He'll pitchfork it off to the far boards. Meehan now sends it ahead. He's got Eubanks. Rolls off his stick. Diving puck loose in front. Eubanks pushes the goaltender into the net. .12:14 left in the third period. Pay no attention to the clock on my scoreboard. It's wrong. I can't get rid of it. Love it. Michael Poles, Jack Fugger, Cooper Smith, McDermott. Someone I haven't named yet. Tyler Randall. Just outside the Blues defensive zone. Randall up to the dot. Quad City wins the faceoff. Back to Poles, just inside the zone. Works around one, spins around another, gets it on net. Saved by the goaltender. Into the boards it goes. Fugger knocks the puck loose. Bouncing puck just out of the zone now. Quad City's at the head of steam. Carries into the defensive zone. Michael Poles. 2 minutes for being a big meanie. Interference. Player looks to be all right after sustaining that vicious blow by Michael Poles into the boards. Just to be sure, we'll send Elsie Sukuchov out there to finish him. She'll be joined on the ice with Cooper Smith, Jack Fugger, and Tyler Randall. Puck's down, on net, Freihofer recovers, and just like that, we've killed off 2 whole seconds of that penalty.
2 minutes for interference at 11:52 in the third period. Your Saints are now on the Nothing But Cakes penalty kill.
Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque. Cooper Smith back behind the net. Dumps it off there. Battles forward in the corner. Quad Cities has it now. They'll give it right over to Jack Fugger. Gets it ahead to Tyler Randall. Fugger and Randall 2-on-1. Shot off the goaltender's mask. Fugger going for the hat. He couldn't quite finish it. Quad Cities will cycle back to no one. Randall into poke check it. Pass to the far side. Fugger controls it there. Knocks it deep into the corner. Quad City's now on the goal line. They'll walk it off the far side. Pass into the skates of Hunt. All the way back it goes. Cooper Smith hard off the boards. Back out to center ice. Jack Fugger pokes it loose. Quad Cities recovers. It's a strange power play they have going. Fugger now presses the issue on the far side. They'll come for a change. Quad Cities circles back to behind their own net. Elliot Troush in to press the issue. Landon Lund off the bench, steals the puck on a breakaway. Goal! Goal for Landon Lund. So now 6-0 in a second charity. Somehow we're surviving without Michael Poles on the ice, doing our best. Anders Hill gets it over to Owen Troush. Long cross-ice pass. Short-handed. Shot wide of the net. Kicks all the way back to Troush in his own defensive zone. Sends it back up the middle. Elliot Troush, big delayed offsides. Now Lund's offsides.
At 10:27 in the third period.
Yeah, that was offsides. Some considerate Quad City fans pointed the net spin off. They did it in just a wonderful tone. We'd like to thank you for coming all the way up to Dubuque. Please visit our casinos. Should be a running clock. Like the net is still off. Yep. The refs will try to adjust the net at the far end. think the arena was built faster than these two refs are fixing the net. But anything to appease the visiting Quad City parents. I want to thank all 23 viewers of the stream. Remind you to like and subscribe. We've got 425 subscribers. We're hoping to get to 5,000 by the end of the night. And in London for the face-off. Controlled by Owen Troush. Back in the corner. Plays it up ahead. Knocked back behind the net. Troush back to get it. Works on the far corner now. Backhanded up the boards, up to his brother. Owen picks it up, stays onside, takes it down to the goal line. Tees there, battles for it along the boards. Troush back to his spot. Maddox Mitchell will come in, force it down to the corner. Wrapped around to the near side, Carter Mullenkamp. Carter Mullenkamp out playing forward, it looks like. Back to Troush. Troush at the blue line. Gets over to Hill. Hill tops of the circle. Shot. Goal. Anders Hill with an absolute snipe to the far corner. Blew the net off the net. Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque, played back to McDermott. McDermott fires it ahead. Mullenkamp's got it there, dumps it into the zone.
Goal scored by number 21, Anders Hills. Assist from number 10, Owen Trout, and 36.
Quad Cities picks it up behind their own net.
9:04 remaining.
Played off the far boards. Back to Meehan. That's Dubuque on the far side. Dumped in by Meehan. Maddox Mitchell will battle to pull it off the end boards. Forces it back behind the Quad City D. Mullenkamp in to help him out. Back to McDermott at the blue line, sends it towards the net. Over the head of the Quad City's defender. Dropped off there. Smith will send it behind the net, out of the reach of Maddox Mitchell, which is considerable. McDermott now from the blue line, sends it towards the net. Mellencamp picks it up there, fires it wide of the net, wraps around to the far side. Cooper Smith down to get it, knocks it back behind the goal line again. Mellencamp back to get it, pulls it out of the corner, sends it out in front, bouncing puck. Maddox Mitchell backs it behind the net, spins it, tries to get it away from one. Gets it by Smith, out at the blue line. Now it's Dubuque back behind their own net. Walks out the far side, played up ahead to Lund, just out of his reach. Palmer will race it in the attack in the defensive zone. Troush gets a man. Quad City brings it back out to center ice. We'll deal with Elsie on the far side. Elsie with a nice pull check, puts the body into it. Owen Troush is going to get a penalty behind the play. 2 minutes for being a bonehead. Interference. Interference is what they're going to call. Get back in the face-off.
Saints penalty to number 10.
Tyler Randall's got it. Brings it out to center ice. Chips around one. He's got Michael Poles in the middle. Played into Poles' feet. Sent on next. Poles back around behind the net. Runs into a man. Played back out to Anders Hills. He'll tip it over to Elsie. Elsie jumps it into the zone. Played out to the far side. Elsie now out the far side. Knocked it back in by Quad Cities. Works at the top of the circles. Drops it off there. Now it's Tyler Randall on a breakaway. Shot saved by the Quad City goaltender. Six minutes left in the third period. Saints up 7-0. Still a minute on the Owen Troush penalty. Elliot Troush in for the faceoff. He's got Cooper Smith with him. That's Landon Lund and Carter Meehan. Lund battles forward along the goal line. It's knocked up the near boards. Troush tries to bump the player off. Sent all the way back into the defensive zone. Meehan's got it below the goal line. Sends it up through center ice. Held by the Quad Cities there. They'll play it out to the far side in front of the scorer's table. Into the attacking zone they'll come. Shot. Tipped wide. Never reached the goal. Now it's Troush. Or Elliot Troush. Walks it up to the middle. Rolls off his stick. Quad City controls. Troush with a nice effort to take it back. Lund sends it into the zone. Comes in on a breakaway. Shot. Off the crossbar. Into the corner. Elliot Troush knocks it around the ref's feet. Back down the goal line. Again off the side post. Wrapped around to the far side. Big hit there. We're going to get an interference call. Give him a nice look. So Quad Cities now on the power or penalty kill. Played all the way back to the defensive zone.
Quad City penalty to number 22.
Duke battles forward on the near boards.
Interference at 4:43.
Still battle for it. Now it's Anders Hill. Walks away with it. Got it in the middle of the ice. Plays it ahead. Quad Cities will knock it back into their zone. Knocked to the corner by their goaltender. Michael Poles chips it straight up in the air. Plays it back. Cooper Smith now at the blue line. Walks over around one. Sends it over to the other side. Anders Hill. Plays it ahead. That's Randall. Can't quite connect. On the far side of the boards. Played back to Hill. Hill over to Smith. Smith walks to the top of the circles. Spins it off to Poles. Poles back to the blue line. Oh, tried to send it to Cooper Smith. Cooper couldn't quite finish. On the near boards now. Jack Fugger walks out with it. Rolls off his stick. Quad Cities will try and send it out. Cooper Smith holds it in. Sends it over to the far side. Tyler Randall there. Back to Cooper Smith. Back to Randall. Randall drops off for Hill. Tries to get it to Randall. Randall now into the slot to Michael Poles. Goal! Michael Poles. It's now 8-0. .320 left in the third period. Shots 33-4 in favor of the Saints. McDermott's got it in his own defensive zone. Played over to Meehan on the far corner. He'll try and get it ahead. Meehan now. Chips it out to center ice. all by himself up in front. Carter Mullenkamp jumped up to help him. Maddox Mitchell. Poke check from the far blue line. Sent back out. Meehan at the blue line. Dumps it towards the net. Kicked wide. Mullenkamp on the near side. Sent towards the net. Jumps over everyone. Now played back out to center ice. Length of the ice for icing. 2:42 left in the third period. We'll get Waddick, Eubanks, and Sauser jumping over the boards.
Saints power play goal.
Twin Towers
scored by number
of
4,
Owen Trout.
Nicole Coles.
LC Superchop
Assists
back
for
in
numbers
defense.
5 Randall and 21 Hill. At 3:20 remaining in the third period.
Puck down. Quad Cities controls. Go wrapping around to the near side. Picked up off the near board. Sent out to center ice. Into the zone they'll come. LC Superchop drives into the corner. Back behind the net. Spins back to the near side. Out in front. Held on by Freihofer for the whistle. .140 left in the third period. We'll get Waddick out there for the faceoff still. Puck's down. Controlled by Superchop. Wrapped around to the far side. Brady Eubanks. Can't quite get it out of the zone. Bouncing puck collected by Quad Cities. Poke checked by Owen Trausch. Now high off the glass. Still held in by Quad Cities. Freihofer with a nice save. His sixth of the game. Waddick now forces it out of the zone. He'll run it all the way down the length of the ice. Smith back behind his own net. Knocked off the puck by Waddick. Eubanks will send it down low. Quad Cities hammers it back out to center ice. Trausch over to Eubanks. Tries to send it ahead. Quad Cities collects it. Back to the neutral zone they come. Trausch tries for a big hit. Doesn't quite finish it. Palmer now back behind the net. Sends it up the near boards. Cooper Smith up along the boards, finds some space, cuts to the middle. Quad City takes it back to the slot, and they'll force it out the far side. Played ahead, just out of the reach of Smith. That was too many men on the ice. The ref looked right at it and didn't call it. Landon Lund now into the zone, centering pass over to Owen Trausch, can't collect it. Pulls it off the board, shot. Goaltender save, loose in front. Quad City in the corner, tries to play it out. Glove down there. McDermott. Now it's played all the way back to Owen Trausch at the blue line. 3 seconds left in the game. And that'll do it. The final score here in Dubuque is 8-0 in favor of your Saints. Shots on goal wrap up at 35-6. We'll have the varsity contest on the channel here in about 15-20 minutes. This has been Connor's dad telling you if you can find a rink, you can find a friend. Have a good night.